one story, one fire, one friend. Present. Finding your voice within.
I decided it is better to scream. Silence is the real crime against humanity. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right-doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Blessed is the man who, having nothing to say, abstains from giving us wordy evidence of the fact God is silent. Now, if only man would shut up. Does not everything depend on our interpretation of the silence around us? Silence is a source of great strength. I've begun to realize that you can listen to silence and learn from it. It has a quality and a dimension all its own. God is whispering in your heart, in the whole existence. Just tune your ears. If there were a little more silence, if we all kept quiet, maybe we could understand something. At times, silence can be a welcoming and hospitable partner when we can let loose, and the flow of time is sending a comforting wave of sound vibrations gently opening the skyline. The closer you are to the truth, the more silent you become inside. Silence is one of the great arts of conversation. Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence. The true genius shudders at incompleteness, imperfection, and usually prefers silence to saying something which is not everything that should be said. Silence is only frightening to people who are compulsively verbalizing. There's really no such thing as the voiceless. There are only the deliberately silenced or the preferably unheard. When a question has no correct answer, there is only one honest response, the gray area between yes and no, silence. But there is greater comfort in the substance of silence than in the answer to a question. Silence is golden when you can't think of a good answer. Always ask yourself, what will happen if I say nothing? Surely silence can sometimes be the most eloquent reply. Silence is pure and holy. It draws people together because only those who are comfortable with each other can sit without speaking. There is a time to be quiet and a time to talk. You gotta be careful. Don't say a word to nobody about nothing anytime ever. Silence is of different kinds and breathes different meanings. I have heard the languages of apocalypse, and now I shall embrace the silence. Be leery of silence. It doesn't mean you won the argument. Often people are just busy reloading their guns. Work hard in silence. Let your success make the noise. Be silent and safe. Silence never betrays you. Be true to your word and your work and your friend. Put least trust in him who is foremost to praise you, nor judge of a road till it draws to the end. Yes, in my life, since we must call it so, there were three things. The inability to speak, the inability to be silent, and solitude. That's what I've had to make the best of. I didn't like having to explain to them, so I just shut up, smoked a cigarette, and looked at the sea. There is an ocean of silence between us, and I'm drowning in it. I'm a master of speaking silently. All my life, I've spoken silently, and I've lived through entire tragedies in silence. She extended a hand that I didn't know how to take, so I broke its fingers with my silence. Word by word, the language of women so often begins with a whisper. The daggers of silence last longer than anything ever spoken. A star shoots bleeding across the skyline, a companion to the black wind. Silence comes sweeping across everything. The silence between us was so profound I thought part of it must be my fault. Human beings can't bear silence. It would mean that they would bear themselves. Never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life. Define yourself.
I kindly request your support by subscribing to my channel and hitting the like button on my videos.